Hey, welcome back to Analog Man Podcast. I'm your boy, the Wolfhound. Please do me a favor and hit the like button on the way in. Well, about to do some more warning without warning. The warning. I think it's the warning, not just warning, because their drum set said the warning. So I'm going to do a song. This was probably the one I should have started out with. It's an Enter Sandman cover, and I guess this is when they're a bit younger, probably about 10 years ago. And I believe their dad showed this one, and a lot of people in the comments were like, check this out. And maybe I would have had a better understanding of where the band was from, as well as how old they are and everything at this point. So we're gonna dial it back analog style and turn back the clock, and we're gonna do Enter Sandman by The Warning. And this is my first time listening to the song, so let's go. Let's see this reaction. Obviously I know the song. Okay, first of all, they're very young. And if she's the lead, that's the older sister, and they're about the same age. So what are we saying, guys? So they're about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe somewhere between 10 and 14, my best guess. She was that good already. I can't believe that. Okay. First of all, think about the age of these girls in there playing this Metallica Enter Sandman. And my first thought is growing up, a lot of my friends that were Mexican American, a good portion of them loved Metallica. And so we'd be like in the inner city, and Metallica was not like, popular in the inner city. It was rap and hip hop and R&B. But all the Mexican Americans still rock their Metallica shirts. That is actually how I even learned about Metallica. I was like, what is Metallica? Is that something in Mexico? And then, no, no, it's an American rock band. So I'm just thinking like dad or uncle, somebody in the family really loves Metallica, loves hard rock. And I could just imagine because I've got girls, right? And one of the things about having girls is that as a father, you want to reinforce what their dreams are, right? And sometimes the world is telling them that dream is not for you. And you want to make sure that you're there to support them and letting them know that whatever they dream, you know, is possible within the realm of reality. you know, Dad, I want to be a unicorn. No, no, can't be a unicorn. But maybe dad, dad, I want to be in a rock band. Dad's like, oh, really? What kind of rock band? Well, like, I like Metallica. You like Metallica? That's all you needed to say. Enter Sandman. Go. So these girls jam out Enter Sandman at about 10 to 12, 13 years old, and they're at this level. And so the first song, Choke, I heard is like 10 years later of them practicing and playing and getting better. And they were already like this. And I could just see, like, Dad, basically, you want to be as good as Metallica? You can be. Somebody told them you can. And they believed in themselves. And they had talent and hard work and discipline. And now they're like, I don't know a lot about the band, but just based off the last song, obviously that continued, right? And so that to me is really a real cool thing because I'll give you an example. Like my one daughter, I love jujitsu. I trained jujitsu my whole life. And my one daughter, I was trying to find a sport for her because she was a little bit awkward. She had a little bit of an inability in timing and stuff. Like, so sports with balls were like hard for her timing. So I was like, oh, well, I don't have a son. I always wanted to take my son to jujitsu, but I'm just gonna take my daughter to jujitsu because they had some girls' classes and some mixed classes. Today it's common, right? But back then it wasn't that common. And so I took her to class, and she goes into class, and she trained, and some of the girls she trained with were big girls. I lived in the Pacific Islands, so these girls were very robust girls and strong, and she wasn't that big. So she goes in there, and the few girls that were in it, their dads were like the senseis, and they were big and strong, and they hammered her. And I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm going, "Oh man, this was a mistake." She's getting pummeled. She didn't quit, but she's just getting beat up. So we finish up the class, and then I like looking at her. Oh man, I think she might be hurt. So I'll take her and we get in the truck. And before I start the truck, I'm just like looking forward, stone faced. And I'm like, so would you, how'd you like, what'd you think of the class? And she just goes, she was zoning out too because she just got smoked in class. She goes, I want to do jujitsu for the rest of my life. Honest to God. And she's been training ever since because when I saw that she wanted it, I backed her 100%. And she's a really good jiu-jitsu athlete now. And I have another daughter that's kind of have a similar path in a different sport, but the main thing was just like encouraging people at a young age when they do find something. It's so refreshing when they find something they love. Now sometimes people get pushed into something. I don't know, maybe they have a music family. I don't know. I'm going to be learning about that from the comments, but you could see that they already had the desire for it at that age, and then just to see, they're just in this little room in the house, right? Kind of like I'm in here. Gives me hope. Maybe I'll be on the stadium someday, and you guys will go back to that video when you said that it happened. But they're in this little room in the garage or in the house, and they have this dream to end up on stage in front of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and it's just a dream, right? But somebody encouraged that dream and believed in them until they believed in themselves. And then once that took hold, they just kept going. And now look. So now I've kind of got a bookend. I saw this and I saw that. I'm being told the live music, I'm sure the live is better. I'm going to try to cover as much live as I can. Um, yeah, it's a very interesting journey, and it's kind of I wasn't even looking for this, but I do coaching for leadership coaching and coaching for how to lead women in a workplace because I spent I have a career. I ran an organization because I was in leadership positions in organizations with like 1,400 people, and there was a lot of women, especially women that were like uh, breaking the ice in those professions. So that was difficult transition for them. But I realized to embrace it early and understand it a little bit better. I think because I was raised with lots of sisters. So, there was this thing like understanding women, but also not falling for the BS too. You know what I mean? There's a balance there, right? Of how people are emotionally versus people who are trying to manipulate you and stuff like that. And when you have sisters, you start to figure that out pretty quickly if you're paying attention. And that was one of those blessings I had in my life. Obviously, this band probably means a lot um, to the country of Mexico, right? Because they're such a special group, and it's homegrown and it's three girls rocking at like a super high level. Who doesn't like that? Who doesn't love that? I'm looking forward just to hearing more music from them. Some songs I've never heard before. Yes, I know Enter Sandman. Most people know that song, but I do like hearing covers, because it's kind of like just to kind of hear what influences a band. But I also want to hear some of their original music. So if you have something, go ahead and make a request in the stand store. Again, I wish I could do every request. I'll try to do as many as I can, but I can't always do it. So priority goes to the stand store, and then a live chat during my premieres is the next priority, and then whatever those comments get going. And if I get a consensus and I see like a bunch of people are kind of saying the same thing, then I generally I'll go with that. But this will be a journey. It's going to take a while. I'm sure they have a lot more songs. I enjoyed the first song, and then this is a very cool flashback. Not so much about the musical skills at that age because they're very talented already, but it's just the journey. It's like I could see a lot of my daughters in that. Like they're just there and they think they can conquer the world, and you know what? They can. They can. So I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm the Analog Man. Well, I'm the Wolfhound. This is the Analog Man podcast. You know the drill. Do me a favor and subscribe on the way out. It surprised me how many people watch my videos. They watch the full length. They don't subscribe. Maybe my call to action isn't great, but if you can subscribe, that would really help me because it doesn't cost you anything. It's really easy. You just hit the subscribe button. Even if you don't come back to the channel, it'll still help me. So if you like this one, I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. I'm the Wolfhound, and I'm out.